Well, good afternoon. Good evening where you're at. It's the morning hours for me in Louisiana, but always look forward to sharing about 7K. Um, Gary mentioned something in the introduction about me. Yeah, I'm 74, but I want you to think about something. I'm 74. I started 7K 4.5 years ago, and I did not start it to make a lot of money. I started it to help people. I've been teaching people about gold and silver ever since I've made my wealth in a gold and silver company back in the 90s. And it set me up to live comfortably if I was a good steward of what God provided me and for the rest of my life, even if 7K hadn't come along. But 7K did come in 2016, November 2016. Richard Wayne Hansen, the founder, co-founder, but the idea man. And he gave me a call and said, Bob, we're going to do it all over again. 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Above average check for the individual, $500. Because we need people to tell people about 7K. And I was familiar with that model because that's how I made my millions in the 90s, late 90s. And I earned literally hundreds of ounces, thousands of ounces of gold and silver. We had the highest priced gold and silver in the marketplace back in the 90s. Literally the highest price. I mean, everywhere you looked, you could buy it cheaper. But I developed an educational program to teach people that they could earn gold and silver and earn extra income since nobody owned any gold and silver. So it became obvious that everybody wanted it, everybody needed it, but nobody had any because they thought it was unaffordable. And so my model just taught people how it could become affordable to them, and they could earn extra income and get 1099 tax benefits. By being employed, they didn't have to quit their jobs. And literally, I had over 70,000 people on my team, on my left and right team. And no one ever put a person under me in that whole time, not one single person. But I put a lot of people under other people. And Richard said, we're going to do it all over again. He said, Bob, except this time, we're going to have the lowest price gold and silver in the marketplace. We're going to be like Costco. We're going to be like Amazon. We're going to have a membership model. People become a member, and they don't even have to make money if they don't want to, but they get to own gold and silver at dealer direct cost. Now, I'm still buying gold and silver. I'm a net buyer. I'm still teaching people how to buy gold and silver from Kitco, AppMex.com, from goldsilver.com, moneymetals.com, all the reputable dealers, SD Bullion, the reputable discount dealers in the marketplace, not the ones that advertise on TV, Lear Capital, Gold Line, all that. None of those, because you can't get a good deal. But that intrigued me. And then when he told me that Roger Ball was backing it, I knew who Roger Ball was. You got introduced to him tonight by Pastor Gary. And the more you become involved with 7K, the more you'll learn who Roger Ball is. And I think you're going to get a flavor of who Roger Ball is in just a second. So let me introduce you to 7K, what we call our wealth strategies. And this is information. So just sit back, just soak in information and get knowledge. Knowledge is powerful. You can make really informed business decisions with knowledge. But see, I'm going to demonstrate, as Gary said, I've got a master's of business administration from Louisiana State University. I got a chemical engineering degree because basically I had a lot of knowledge. But you know, I was brainwashed just like everybody else. And I call it brainwashing. Oh, I was brainwashed even better and propagandized them even more because I was supposed to help propagate that propaganda of how to become wealthy, which is total lies. And I'm going to illustrate it to you tonight. So just sit back, relax. I'll tell you a little bit about Momo's story as we talk about 7K. But, you know, I started it part-time. I started making $500 and $1,000 checks on a regular weekly basis every week. And then that turned into $2,000 a week in May of 2019. That's in my 70s, doing it part-time in retirement, just helping people how to buy gold and silver and earn extra income and take 1099 tax benefits. And then I found some younger people and to help become part of this future leadership in the company. And our income turned into over $20,000 extra a month in 2020. And here we are in 2021, and we're averaging over $10,000 a week. Well, that's pretty nice extra income. If you think that's pretty good income, you can make more than me, because this company is only 4.5 years old. No one hardly even knows about it yet still. It's still kept the best kept secret in the world. and it's expanding in the world right now. So let's talk about 7K. Let's talk about what it's about. And I think you can agree that with some of the information and facts around the world, everybody's working harder for more money just to cover their basics, you know, and higher costs are adding tons of financial pressures on families today and causing a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty on a large scale. And I think we'd agree, these are government statistics, by the way, from the Federal Reserve, that in 2017, May, $400 emergency was a very difficult deal for 44% of Americans. They either had to buy, borrow money, use a credit card, or sell something to cover that, you know, engine repair or whatever the emergency was. But look, since COVID, a year of COVID plus, I think we can all agree this figure is astronomical now with the people we know and love even. But why is that? This one picture tells 10,000 words and also tells a little bit about the propaganda and lies that we've been fed over all these years. See, in 1913, the Federal Reserve currency was created, you know, paper dollars. Okay. Now, we've had paper currency in America well before 1913, but each one of those currencies, listen to me carefully, failed. And if you had $1 million worth of it or $10 million worth of it, it was worthless after it failed. So this is not the first time that America had currency that failed. And we're about to see it happen all over again. And you and your loved ones need to be prepared. In 1913, they created the Federal Reserve currency, but it was on the basis of this. See, you could have a 1 ounce silver coin or a 1 ounce $20 gold piece or a $20 bill. And so these were more convenient to carry around, but to make these, you had to have 1 ounce of silver. To make the $20 bill, you had to have a 1 ounce gold piece. That was the basis of one of which this currency was created in 1913. And that went along fine. They print up more money, but they had to have the gold in Fort Knox or the silver. Okay. But when they put out more money, then they really had the ability for gross national product to be produced. You had what you call inflation. Well, that caused the value, prices to go up and the value of what you could buy with that paper dollar to go down. Well, that's where you see this up and down kind of stuff. That really worked. But see, after World War II, America started spending a lot more dollars and sending a lot more dollars out and had no gross national product for it. And so You know, it went up to 1971. Now, they were still sending a lot of dollars out and creating programs, even in America, that they didn't have the ability to have income from. And so then they went off the gold standard so that government could print up more money. A recurring story from history. And it's not just America. You can look at country after country in our history, even before World War II, which that really was one of the big causes of World War II in Germany, where their currency became worthless. Well, when a country can just print up, government can just print up money at its will, it dilutes what you and I work hard for. So, see, I got my MBA in 1971. So everything I learned about the MBA was all back here, and that was kind of true. But they went off the gold standard, and so they haven't been teaching the truth since then. They taught the same lies, but the dollar's not backed up by anything except the good faith, the promise of the government. And if you believe somebody in government, then more power to you. Because all they do is, everybody knows a politician is nothing but a liar. They will say anything to get voted in and to get voted in again. Well, what happens is they just print up money, print up money, print up money, print up money, and it just flows it out there, and you don't get raises and salary to match that. And so what you're working real hard for and saving for the future to retire on, they just keep diluting. It's like tea. You know, you make a good quart of fresh, nice tasting tea, and you get a ring, and in a couple of minutes, you're going to have a whole bunch of people at your front door knocking, and you don't have time to cook up more tea. So you take a 5-gallon jar and you dump that quart of tea in it, and you fill the rest of it with water, and it's called dilution. Well, that's what has happened to your money. And it's like a frog in a boiling pot of water. You put the frog in where it's nice and cool and there, and the frog swim around. You turn up the heat slowly, and excuse me, the water starts simmering, the water starts warming up, and the frog gets lethargic, and it can't even hop out of the water, and it gets boiled. Well, that's what's happened to us when we went off the gold standard. We didn't pay attention. We had nobody teaching us like you're being taught tonight, right now. So what is the effect of all that money flowing into the economy? That money supply, that M1 money supply. Well, here's what happens. That dollar bill in 2013, just a mere 100 years after it was created, will buy only a nickel's worth of same goods and services it did in 1913. Yet that 1 ounce silver coin right there, that silver eagle, contains 1 ounce of pure 9999 silver, will buy 4 to 5 times what it would buy in 2019. I mean, 1913. Wow, you didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that. That's kind of what I've been teaching for the last 15 years before 7K for free. Now I can teach it, and other people can get paid, and I can get paid. We can all get paid teaching people facts, and the company pays us. You don't have to pay me for this. Isn't that neat? But this is 2021. So what will that buy today in 2021? Less than a penny's worth of the same goods and services it bought in 1913. Yet that will buy much more in just 8 short years later of the same goods and services it did in 1930. Now we're going to illustrate this a little bit more so you can understand. But This picture, let it be permanently imprinted in your brain, because this one picture tells you everything you need to know about how to protect your future financial future. After our discussion, now they're going to talk about inflation, and that's all they ever talk about. Inflation. It's not inflation, it's dilution. Okay, here's 18 years worth of statistics by the Bureau of Labor. Average cost in America of food now is 43% more in that 18-year period. If you eat now, it's 59% more. Heating and cooling your home is basically 100% more. Car insurance, basically 100% more. Water and sewer, that's an essential, 133% more. College tuition, 151% more. Medical care, over 100% more too. But this is 2021. But let's just look at this 18-year period. Ask yourself, answer, how many of your salaries increased over that same period of time? Any of these percentages? Oh, if it hasn't, you are getting behind her. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Behind her. So do you mind if we show you the case for sound money? Gold and silver, God's money. It's one of the secrets the wealthy have used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. In fact, governments and financial institutions know and use the secret too, and have been. They're actually the largest single holders of gold in the world today. And if they own it all, don't you think you and I should own some? You bet your Bitby we should. And how much of it do you own? Oh, like most 99% of Americans, none. Or maybe what you're wearing on you around you is jewelry, but that's not enough to live off of. Oh, what do you mean live off of? I live off dollars. Yeah, really? Okay. Just to show you what we're talking about, let's just take milk. Milk is an essential. All mammals have to have it to live. Every mammal, every newborn better have a whole bunch of milk. Okay. It doesn't matter which breed they are. They got to have milk. In 1965, a 1-ounce silver eagle or a $1 bill bought a gallon of milk. Now we're taught to save this stuff, this junk. Oh yeah, I call it junk today. Oh, you got to have it to pay bills with. But man, don't keep a ton of this around. Don't save it. It gets diluted. Well, if you'd have saved it between 1965 and then, did your 40 year and you're retired and you need milk, well, your pension check and your Social Security check doesn't go up. It just kind of stays the same all the time. But you need a gallon of milk. You can't buy any milk for $1 anymore in 2019. You might get a half a pint, maybe a half a pint, if anywhere around sells it for that. But that 1-ounce silver coin, that's what you've been saving, because you can buy 5.1 gallons of milk in 2019 with that 1-ounce silver coin, 1 ounce of silver. But this is 2021. Let me just illustrate what dilution is like, because the government's printing it up like it's going out of style, trillions and trillions of dollars the last couple of years. And it put it in the economy. So what effect did that have? Let me tell you what kind of effect it had in just 2 short years. This dollar bill today in 2021 won't even buy you a taste of milk anywhere. Yet that same 1-ounce silver eagle coin will buy you over 7 gallons of milk today. Hello? What should you be saving? You didn't know this. Well, this is my favorite example. See, I graduated from high school in 1964. I was a freshman at LSU working on my chemical engineering degree. I had a job, I had a loan, and Ford Motor Company came out with that hot Mustang in 1965. Man, I salivated. I want one of them suckers so bad, but it was $2,500. 2,500 of these, or 2,500 1-ounce silver eagles. Now, what are we taught to save? CDs, annuities, bonds, stocks, equity. It's paper. You have not been taught a thing about silver and gold other than say, oh, don't worry about that. Don't buy that. That's for the wealthy. Liars. Because see, you're saving this and you retire 40 after 40-year work plan, 40 hours a week, 40 hours a day, 8 hours a day for 40 years. And you need a new car. You retired in 2005. And the car you retired on finally went out 15 years later in 2020. Now you need a new vehicle. You go draw out $2,500 from that IRA, that 401k, that employee savings plan, or that CD, or that annuity. Take it to the Ford store, plop down $2,500, these, and say you need a new set of wheels. And that's exactly what they're going to say. You got just enough, partner, for the wheels. Or you got enough for a down payment and 72 more months to pay. But see, had you been saving this, have you been knowing what we're telling you about today? Those same 2,500 1-ounce silver coins buy 2 brand new Mustangs in 2020. But wait a minute, this is 2021, isn't it? Oh, again, we're going to illustrate what we're talking about. See, this 1-ounce silver coin is worth almost $40 today of these things. So 2,500 ounces of these times 40 is like $100,000. So you can convert this into this. And you can go to the Ford store. Well, you don't even need to go to Ford store. Heck, go to Mercedes store. Get you a brand new Mercedes, $100,000 cash, and live out the rest of your retirement years in style. You deserve it. That's why you need to have silver and gold. Well, the same thing goes with gold. It's not just silver. Let's take this example. In 1965, a starter home, 1 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,000 square foot, average in America was $10,000. Yep, $10,000 for a home. Can you believe that? You want to see what dilution does? Well, you try to find a starter home for $10,000 today anywhere in America. I don't care where you're looking. You ain't gonna find it. Just like that car. But see, let's say you got your job, you're ready to start and you start a home, and you got approved for your 30-year mortgage, but you came into $10,000. Now, tens of thousands of Americans have been asked this question over time, but I'm going to give you the answer. But you came in at $10,000. What would you do with that $10,000? You're about to buy your home. You're already approved for your mortgage. What would you do? Well, I'm going to give you the answer, but answer it to yourself. What would you do? And 94+% of the respondents said they would take some of that money, go buy a new car. Remember, you can buy a car for $2,500, and that was that hot Mustang. You can buy others for less than that. And they would take some of that money and then they'd buy new furniture for their house. And if they had anything left over, they'd stick it in the bank for an emergency. And that's what 94%, because that's how we've been brainwashed. We've been propagandized. Less than 5% said that they would take that money, $10,000, and pay cash for the house and not get a mortgage. Not one single person, not one, said they take that $10,000 and stick it all in gold and go ahead and get their mortgage and pay it off, since they already got approved for their loan. Well, what should they have done? Picture says 10,000 words. For the people who would pay their house off and they retired 40 years later in 2005, but they got their house paid off and they turned 10,000 into 85,000. That's pretty cool. That's good return. The people who went ahead and got their mortgage, they still have their house paid off. But look at the people who didn't but should have put 10,000 in gold and pay off their house in their 30-year mortgage, it'd be paid off. But look what they got to retire on. They could retire in style. But nobody told us about silver and gold. In fact, they told us, oh, don't fool around with it. But after seeing these stats, does your financial future seem a little bit more challenging? If you don't have a lot of silver and gold, it better seem a little bit of challenging to you, because you're in trouble. And that's a fact. But why aren't your financial professionals telling you this? Hey, let me tell you why. They don't want you to know. Because they can't get rich off of you and my back. Our hard 40-hour work weeks that we worked all our lives for, they can't get wealthy off of us if you know these facts. Because you know what? That stock market goes up, that stock market goes down. You buy stocks when they're going up, and you fear you're going to lose it all when they're going down, and you sell and get into something more secure, some kind of bond or some kind of mutual fund or something a little bit more safe than some of these stocks that are just ratcheting down in price. And they make a commission on you going up. They make a commission when you sell. And when you transition into something more secure, they make another commission. So they're really triple dutying on you. And you're trying to just stay ahead. And then when the stock market starts going back up, well, you don't want to miss the run. Everybody else is making all this kind of money in these stocks. You hear about it on the news all day. And so you sell the scare stuff and you buy the new stuff. They made a commission again, and it made another commission. That's how it's been. And that's how your life has been. Or they say, oh, just stick it over there and forget about it. Oh, yeah. Lose money like I did. Overnight, 2000, the dot-com bust in the year 2000. You look it up. Overnight, I lost $560,000 in some of the supposedly the most secure companies in the world. And they went bankrupt. When a stock goes bankrupt, you know what you get? Nada, nothing. But you know what? That will never go bankrupt, but they never teach you that. Never go bankrupt. And you know why they don't teach you? Because they don't make a penny when you buy gold and silver. But this stuff keeps going up. The more they print this stuff up, it buys a whole bunch more every day that they print up more of this stuff. This buys more. That's called holding your standard of living and increasing it. And that's what I've been doing over all these years. Now 7K comes along, and we get to tell people that, we're going to tell you this story. We're going to teach you. And then you are going to learn how to teach your friends, relatives. So you've been blessed by being invited here tonight. Somebody cared for you to learn these facts. What you do with it, it's up to you. We can't force anybody to do anything. And we don't want to. We want you to get enough information to make informed business decisions, because you will agree you have never been taught this stuff, because they don't want you to know. But we believe in you and want to guide you in your journey to creating and protecting true wealth for your family and your legacy. How about building a legacy? Because you deserve it. Your family deserves it. And that's what we're doing in 7K. So we're going to show you how to use the secrets the wealthy have always used to confidently get ahead of the game now and forever. We are 7K, and we want you to become part of us and our team, and let us help. Join hands, join arms with us, lock together, become part of the team, and then let's help grow everybody's team. The 7K founders are on a mission to change the world. They have over 100 plus years of successful business experience between them. Roger Ball has built more multi-billion-dollar industries than any single man I know of. But they have changed multiple industries for the better. They have a passion for helping the average person get ahead. And their shared abilities and unique strengths are brought together in this 7K business. Now, I like to read the message from the founders because it really tells what we're all about. How about becoming part of something that's bigger than you and me? We're a force for good. We're out to help change the world for the good. We created 7K because We genuinely want to improve the lives of people around the world. We have watched way too many of our friends struggle as the economy fluctuates, employment issues arrive, or unexpected changes come up in life. Using the power of gold and silver, we believe we can provide a way for people to create financial independence, preserve wealth, and live an exceptional life. We started this company because we believe in you. And somebody believed in you to invite you here tonight to hear this. Or if you're hearing this in a recording, somebody believed in you enough to get you to sit down and listen to this. So here's some of the questions everyone has when they find out about the power of sound money, gold and silver, and do any of them resonate with you? Where should I buy it? Who should I trust? What should I buy? How do I buy in smaller quantities that I can afford? And how do I get more of it? Well, 7K created a membership that solves many of the problems for the average person that has these questions. They created a membership like Costco, like Sam's, like Amazon Prime. And so you get a membership, and that is going to provide you with a lot of privileges. And part of that privilege is like Costco. This is the Costco of gold and silver, 7K. They cut out all the middlemen, all the brokers, all the wholesalers, everybody, retailers, and you name it. They're all gone because 7K buys direct, and then they sell you bullion, just bullion now, only bullion, silver and gold bullion at dealer cost. And you don't have to buy 1,000 ounces or 500 ounces or 100 ounces, get a pretty good, real good price like I had to for more than 30 years. You can buy 1 ounce and get it for the same price. Actually, you can get it for a better price most of the time than people are paying 1,000 ounces to get it for. But most average people can't afford 100 ounces, 2 ounces, 10 ounces, but they can afford what they can afford. But they still get it at dealer direct cost. No minimums, no maximums, period. So if you're wealthy and you're hearing this, you can still buy 1,000 ounces. You're going to get a better deal here. That's a neat thing. Just become a member. And so we're going to teach you, because we're going to have video programs that you can watch in the cracks of the day at your own time, at your own convenience. So you're going to learn all about gold and silver. You're going to learn about the entire marketplace in language you can understand, not none of this sophisticated mumbo jumbo, financial mumbo jumbo. You're going to be able to understand every little word that you're being taught, kind of like with what I'm doing with you tonight, except it's a whole series. And we don't want you to make the same mistakes we have all made in the past, learning and buying and getting in. So we're going to give you expert training to help identify what type of gold and silver buyer you are, and that you can understand how the wealthy have always used sound money for their gain, so you can employ the principles yourself to your circumstances in your situation. And you're going to get the key factors to protect your personal finances in any economy. And that's becoming increasingly more important with these governments and the financial situation this globe is going in today. That is a mandatory that you learn some of this so you can protect yourself. You can make informed business decisions. And you're going to learn about the value of MS-70 collectibles. Now, you probably don't even know what that is, but that's a product like this. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we can't tell you everything in a little quick presentation. And why governments and large institutions are the biggest buyers of gold and silver. It's because they know there's going to be a reset, and they want to have a lot of gold and silver. And if you listen to this nonsense that, well, if the currency crash, can I buy milk with gold and silver? And I can't go to the store and buy something with it. If you listen to that kind of nonsense, you're going to be hurting real bad, because you can always buy. In collapse, that's the people who have all the power, the people with the gold and silver. That's why the governments keep it. Hello. Okay. 5 reasons for sound money and why you should help. A hedge against poor government decisions. And if you agree with me, I think they're getting worse and worse by the minute. And potential economic collapse. We're almost facing that. Wealth accumulation. We're going to teach you how to accumulate wealth. Even in a declining economy, we're going to teach you how to protect your wealth. We're going to teach you about real portfolio diversification with real assets, not paper. And we're going to teach you about coin collect. That is the most exciting part, is that coin collecting, because it gains value faster than bullion does. And I already showed you how bullion gains value. And that's what we tell you about the $1.2 million mistake. I made it. All 4 co-founders made it. And I know probably everyone that hears this has made it. Because how many of you bought one of these at $105 since 1986, one a month? What's that? Well, that's a perfect MS-70 silver coin that looks just like this and has the same weight, but it's in this plastic case and it's got a certified title on it, like an automobile title. Shows ownership, weight, content, certification, shows that it's a perfect coin, an MS-70, not an MS-69 or 64 or 55, an MS-70. That means it's perfect. You can't get any more perfect than perfect. And so less than 5% of these right here, they make millions and millions and millions of them every year at the mint, ever turn out perfect like this. Less than 5. That makes them rare. That makes them worth more. Now, we didn't know about all this. I didn't know it either. I own collectibles, and I just thought it was just a good thing to buy some and have some. That was, and I've been in the metals market for over 30 years. But it's a good thing I own some of them. I see how much they're really worth today. And now I own a lot since I've been in 7K for 4.5 years. And I want to own a whole bunch more. Okay. So if you would have bought one of these every month since 1986, it's kind of that, take $105, stick it away in a mutual fund, employee savings account, IRA, 401k, annuity, whatever. That's what we're taught. That's what we're brainwashed and propagandized into doing. But if we'd have done $105 every month and bought one of these since 1986, we'd have spent a little less than $50,000 right there. A little less than $50,000. But that collection today would be worth over $1.2 million to $1.6 million. Whoa, you couldn't have put $105 in any employee savings plan, stock, bond, whatever, anything, and had it worth more, turn that 50,000 into more than 400 grand in that same time period. Nothing. But yet this is worth $1.2 to $1.6 million. Now, how is that, you say? Well, rarity. See, in 1996, that MS-70 coin that you bought for $105 each were $6,000 when this presentation was put together. Each. That 1999 was worth $19,000 each. What if you bought one every month? So see how it's easy to come up to be $1.2 million or more. Okay. But I want to show you how these things gain value faster than bullion. We've already talked about how bullion gains value. Well, this gains value even more. We looked up the other day, because I used to tell everybody in this presentation a few months ago that MS-70 sold for over $9,000. Well, that's quite an increase. But about 2 weeks ago, we looked it up. I actually went on the computer with somebody and showed them. And we looked up the 1996 MS-70 highest sold price recently. Over $13,000 in just 18 months. This is more than doubled. Do you think anybody going to sell any of those 1996s for less than $13,000? I don't think so. And guess what? We looked up the MS-70 that sold for 26,000 plus. Look how they gained value faster. That's just 18 months ago. Well, that's a $1.2 million mistake. So we don't want you to make it anymore. So what 7K has done is much like they teach you to stick that money in your employee savings plan, your IRA or 401k. Well, you can do an auto saver. So every month you can have one purchase, that MS-70, because if that's happened in the past, that 1.2 million, don't you think it's going to happen in the future? It's going to happen in a bigger way in the future. So, put it on autosaver, get yourself some real wealth accumulation, real diversification going with numismatic products. And learn as you go, because you're going to be taught all about it. And you don't have to worry about it. 7K does all the homework, all the authenticity, all the searching, all the getting. Make sure you get great value. And so you're going to have 3 choices on autosave. You can buy them one, you can buy them all, you can buy multiple. You buy as many as you want, but at least buy one every month. Okay. And the basic is an MS-70 state series coin. So we have a collection of 50 states. So when you get a collection of 50 states, that's even worth more than just having one of each month that they produce. So you want to strive to get you a 50 state collection. Well, you can, but don't miss getting your MS-70 Silver Eagle every month. Okay, that's $105. Oh, by the way, it's 15 points. Now, what is points? Well, just remember, it's like airline mileage. You get free airline tickets. Well, if you buy this, put it on autosaver, you go get 15 points every month. Okay, so just remember points. The variety coin is another exclusive, unique coin only for 7K, country's currency, guaranteed for weight, content, and certification and rareness. So that's another 50 state animal collection. It's 139 and 20 points. And then the specialty is a gold coin. And it's a special, again, a unique coin exclusive for 7K. And it is a state series gold coin. It's 179 and 15 points. So you got a choice of any one of the 3 or all 3, and you can buy it one or more at your choice. So just got to remember points and autosaver. Okay. Now, the other benefits you get, so you get a benefit of being able to buy those. You get a benefit of being able to put them on an autosaver. So it makes it easy for you to do and convenient. Oh, and then you get a sound money wallet, and you get to store up to $25,000 worth of gold and silver. If you don't want to keep it in your home or your apartment, you can store up to $25,000 free. Well, that's a great membership benefit. I've been using private vaults for almost 10 years, and none of them were free. This is the first one that gives me $25,000 free. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, the sound money wallet's what I call a game changer, because see, we could buy, before the sound money wallet, we could buy 1 ounce coins for dealer direct costs. We could buy 100 of them or 1. It didn't matter. No quantity, we still got the same price. But now, for the first time in history, a person, regardless of their income class, regardless of what they make, a person on just minimum hourly wage can now afford to own gold and silver at the lowest cost. Yeah, they can buy it incrementally. They can buy $10 worth. Let's say this coin is going for $40. That Silver Eagle. Well, you need $40 to buy one of them. Okay, well, let's say they're working minimum wage, but they understand they want to collect gold and silver. They don't want to save this. They want to save this. They already understand that first principle. Well, they can buy $10 a week. Takes 4 weeks. They got an ounce. They can buy it incrementally. They can store it there free. And when they get 1 ounce, they can have it shipped to them. Now they have to pay shipping and handling and insurance, or they can just leave it in there until they can get 10 ounces, or they can get something more economical to ship. But this is the first time in history. Now, this is going to change the world. This is a game changer because 7K is going to expand around the world. We're open in all 50 states. Day one that they opened 4.5 years ago. Then we opened about 1.5 years ago in Canada. So we're open in Canada. And we opened in the UK. And we opened in Australia. Then we opened in Ireland. Then we opened in Singapore, and we opened in New Zealand. So we're open in those countries right now, but we just opened in those other countries. Canada's the longest, newest country, about 1.5 years right now. But we're going to open around the world. And that's what creates such a great opportunity for you that's on this, that's listening to this today. And that Sound Money wallet is going to make it affordable to everybody around the world. Okay, so you can fund your wallet with cash from your bank. You can send a check, you can send a wire, you can do an ACH transfer. All the technology is 7Ks and Sound Money. And you can convert cash to gold with no fee. So you can buy gold, 1 ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, $10 worth. You can buy cash. You can take cash in your account, buy silver. That's pretty good. No fee. Oh, you and I can have a transaction, and I can buy something from you, a motorcycle or a rare art piece, and you might want certain ounces of gold and certain ounces of silver and some cash, and then I can just transfer those things to you for free. And then you can give me what I bought from you. So we can have a private transaction between members. Oh, that's important. We can, if you store in your gold in their vault up there, and you emergency happens, you need cash. Okay, well, you had it stored in gold and silver. Well, they're going to give you the highest buyback price in the marketplace. And at a click of a button, you can turn those ounces of gold into dollars. And then you can ship those dollars out to your bank. Yeah, same thing with silver. Click of a button, you can turn those silver ounces that you have into dollars into your Sound Money wallet, and then ship those dollars to your bank account, or have 7K write you a check, send it to you in the mail. Now that has never been available before. Most times you're going to have to take it, have it analyzed, have it tried, but they already know it's real. It's sitting right there in the vault. It's guaranteed to be real. They the ones that sold it to you. Or you can take it and you say, okay, I got enough in the vault. I want some in my hot little hands. Well, you can have single ounces in whole ounces shipped to you from the vault to your house. You pay for shipping and insurance, and that is the Sound Money wallet, and it is a game changer. Now, you get another benefit. I mean, I'm just chock-a-block full of benefits of the membership here. It's called 7K Advantage. It's an app you stick on your phone, okay? And when you put it on your phone, you can go around and you get to save money on over 800,000 of things that you're buying: dinners, hotels, car rentals. That's what that app looks like, that yellow one right there, because 7K in it. Okay, now you just pull that up wherever you're at. I can be in Hawaii, I can be in Baton Rouge. It's going to get the restaurants that are local. It'll get the Home Depot that's local. So everything, even in getting my oil changed on my vehicle, you can get savings on just about anything. And so many people through this save their entire membership cost just by using the 7K Advantage Rewards program or the app on their phone. That's unbelievable. But that's a membership benefit for those in the auto save. 7K Getaway is another advantage. The company does a 1 year, every year, a 5-star vacation and they get it at prices we can't even touch. And everybody can, get the same prices that the company gets them at, but it is limited. So it's kind of like first come, first serve. And they also have a contest. You can actually win your trip. And my wife and I have been fortunate enough to win our trip for 4 years in a row. And that's pretty cool. We go off to 5-star resorts, enjoy things, or Bahama cruise. I mean, they go to different places every year, but it's fabulous. So what's a membership cost? And what's the stuff about people making money? Well, it's worth being a member just for all the benefits that we just said that there. So let me just get right to what the membership costs first. Okay, we have 2 memberships, just like Costco does. We have a standard membership or premium membership, just like Costco does. Just like Amazon does. They have an Amazon membership and they have an Amazon Prime membership. We got 2 memberships. The standard, that's what we call for buyers. It's $199. It's good for 1 year. You get all those benefits we talked about, and you get 3 technology credits and you get a graded coin. So I'm going to just go straight to what the differences are between a standard membership and a premium membership, or what we call a business membership. Okay. And this is $199. It's 50 points. Remember points. Points, you can get free stuff. You can build up and get different things with it, like airline mileage. Okay. So you're going to get that 1 year memberships. You're going to get the buyer certification training and learning all about it. You're going to get the collector's training. You're going to get the member direct pricing on silver bullion and gold bullion. And you're going to get the Advantage Rewards program. You're going to be able to get on the auto saver program, just like we talked about. Here's the difference. You're only going to get a graded silver coin. You're going to get like a gem certified or an MS64 to an MS69 silver coin. It's not necessarily a 70, and it's worth a lot less if it's not 70. Okay. And so you're going to get 3 technology. What's the technology credits? Well, you're going to get a lot of access to a lot of things that the premium membership has for 3 months, and then they're shut off unless you want to pay a fee for them every month. You're a downline analyzer, the e-commerce website hosting and maintenance and fees, and so you can earn money through e-commerce. Your 7kWealth system app that you can send videos and information, pique people's interest, share information, follow up. There's all these things you use for building your business, for informing people, piquing people interest, and then running your business. Well, that comes with a premium membership, and they're free because you paid for them in advance. Okay. Now here, after the 3 months, even training videos in the training center going to be shut off. And if you want access to it, you're going to pay monthly fee for it. Okay. Well, that's a standard membership, $199, 50 points. Premium membership is $499. You get to start your own internet precious metals business with 1099 benefits for $499. And you're going to get an MS70 silver coin. And you're going to get a silver bullion coin. And you're going to get all those tools free, no fees. And you're going to get 24 business cards. That was typo. You're going to get 4 wealth strategies brochures. And that's a brochure just like this. Okay. And that includes this presentation that I'm doing right now. And you're going to have 4 of them, and it's going to have your name and your address and your website and phone number and everything personalized on that for you, a lot like in your business cards. Well, this is $499 and 150 points. That's our 2 memberships. And so now let's talk about how you can earn money. We want you know people we don't know. And so you get a referral income, just like Costco did, just like Amazon did, just like a lot of companies do. And instead of advertising on TV, this company doesn't do that. You're going to learn, people are going to learn about 7K from trusted sources, and that's people that they know. And so you're going to want to share it with your family. You want to share it with your friends. You want to share with people you go to church with. You want to share it with people you work with. You want to share it with people you meet in the future. Well, when you get your membership, they put you in the computer and they got a counter on your left and a right side, or team one side, team two side. And then when you refer somebody and they join on your website, oh, by the way, you're going to get 4 websites. For $499, you're going to get 4 websites hosted, maintained, and you couldn't do that anywhere. Trust me. And so, if they join just like you do with a business membership, that 150 points come up here in your counter. And then you refer one on team 2, and then 150 points come up on your counter. So you got to have one on your team 1 and one on your team 2 that you personally referred and they joined because of you. So that qualifies you now to make a $500 check every week. You become an associate. Now, when they refer one on their team, well, they'll get 150 points on their counter, but those 150 points come up to you too. And now you got 300 points. And when they refer one on their team 2, then they get 150 points on this side of their counter, and that comes up to you too. Now you got 450 points. And so the same thing when this person over here refers one and they got 150 points come up here. And so you got 450 points. Maybe you referred another person, they only became a buyer and you put them over here on team 1. And then you found another buyer and put them on team 2. So you can refer as many people as you want. Well, that's 500 points. You made $500. Now, you can do that in a week. You can do that in 2 weeks. You can do that in 3 weeks. You can do that in 4 weeks. Those points just stay there from week to week up to 4 weeks. And you make $500. That's pretty cool. Now, if you're on autosaver, they'll stay there or as long as you own an autosaver. That's even better. And so that's pretty cool. So when you get your $500 check, they're going to subtract $500 from each side, or 500 points from each side. And if you got on one side, you're going to end up with a balance of more points. We call it bank side. That's pretty neat. But so when these people tell people, and they tell people, those points come up here. Maybe you didn't tell anybody new, but those points are going to come up here. And you get another 500 a year, another 500 a year, you get a $500 check. Yeah, hey, how about creating a $500 residual check for the rest of your life? Like I have hundreds of people doing in my organization right now after 4.5 years. That's pretty powerful. And all we're doing is telling people about gold and silver and getting them to get a good education and giving them a place that they can buy it, even incrementally. It's affordable and they get a best price for it. Well, that's the way we do this business. Now, there's multiple ways to earn. Those memberships, remember, count points. They come up, you get points, and you get credit for direct and indirect. Anything that happens in that team, you get points for. Anything that happens on team 2, you get points for. And when it accumulates to over 500 points and you got one on the left, one on the right, get a $500 check. Well, how long we say those memberships are good for? 1 year. What do you do when your Costco membership expires? You renew. Same thing when you're Amazon. Except, see, Amazon and Costco don't pay you another referral fee, but 7K does. When they renew, another 150 points comes up if they renew with the premium. Another 50 points come up if they renew with the standard. So you get a residual income check that you're building. Oh, what about that auto saver program? Well, what happens when you have 10 people in this team? Let's say 25. That's what happened to me after the first week. I had 25 people in this team. I only put 2 in. And on this team, I only put 4 in. I had over 25 people in that team. And these 25 people were buying that coin. And at 20 points average, and 20 times 25 is 500. That's 500 points coming up just for the autosaver. Don't worry about the membership, just the autosaver. And then 500 points coming up for the autosaver. But that's $500 check. That's once a month. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, what happens when you get 100 people on this team? I mean, you may have only gotten one, and you got 100 people on that team, and they're averaging 20 points. 20 times 100 is 2,000. 4 weeks in a month, divide 2,000 into 4 to illustrate how it worked. That's about average of 500 points coming up every week. Well, that's a $500 check a week just with the autosaver. Well, that's what we mean by developing a residual income. So how would you like to be part of accumulating wealth, gaining wealth, getting 1099 care benefits, getting access to rare coins? And 7K after 4.5 years now, every mint in the world is chasing them to do business. They have rare coins like you haven't ever seen. The Roman series is just unbelievable. The Black Panther coin. I know I'm talking about coins you have no idea about anything, but get your sponsor, get the person that invited you in here to show you some from what we call our 7K Today website page. And in fact, you should visit the 7K Today, 7ktoday.com. Going to tell you a lot about 7K, a lot about our product, a lot about everything that we're doing. Okay. It's an information page. Okay. And I'm not going to talk about retail sales, but I will talk about how you can unlock that money to make a lot more money for maximum pay. Because see, I'm a goal. I kind of shared with you that after 4.5 years, we're making 10,000 average a week. Well, you don't do it at 500. But the basic of how we do the business is the way I just explained. You put one on your left, one on your right, and you have 500 points coming up every week. You get a $500 check a week. Okay. Now, when you have more points coming up, you can have 1,000 points coming up every week on both sides, but the most you can earn is 500 because you're an associate. You only have one on the left, one on the right. You want to make more money? Well, talk to more people. Put another person on your left and another person on your right that you introduce to 7K. So that means you personally sponsored 2 people. They joined on your website and you placed them out of your holding tank on their left side or right side. So you got a left side and a right side. Now, one of these 2 people need to be an associate like you were. Well, what's that? Well, that's one on the left, one on the right. So they got to have one on their left, one on their right. They're an associate, and the other person can just be a member. Same thing on the right side. They got to have one on the left, one on the right. They got to be an associate. So this is a building blocks concept. And so when you've got 1,000 points coming up and you're a copper, you can make 2 $500 cycles or $1,000 a week. Well, what happens when you get 2,000 points coming up a week or 1,500 points coming up a week? Well, all you can make as a copper is $1,000 a week. You want to make more money? Well, talk to more people. Introduce 7K to more people. You're going to meet more people every year. You're going to meet new people and new people every year of your life. Okay. So put 3 people on your left team, 3 people on your right team. One of these 3 need to be a copper, just like you were. You already know how to do that. So all you do is teach them to do what you just did, one of these 3. Well, when you have one copper on your left, one copper on your right, that you personally sponsored, remember, you have to personally sponsor them. And so if somebody above you placed them down there and they became a copper, that's not going to count for you. But the volume will count for you. The points, oh yeah. Okay, so you have a copper on your left, a copper on your right, you personally sponsored. The other 2 can just be members, where you got 3 and 3 on each side that you personally sponsored. You can then earn 2,000 a week. That's what I did in May of 2019. It averaged over $2,000 a week. That's pretty good income. That's a 6-figure income in a year, part-time in retirement. And this is, you don't have to learn this hard comp plan. It's a building blocks comp plan. If you just do it the way I'm talking about, and You know, if you want to become a silver, you got to have 5 on your left, 5 on your right. One of them's got to be a bronze like you were on your left side. One of them's got to be a bronze like you were on your right side. Then you're a silver. You make 3,500 a week. You make 7 cycles of 500. Well, what if you get 5,000 points coming up every week? Well, you got to be a gold like me, because the most you can make as a silver is 3,500. How do you become a gold like me? Well, I added 3 more people to my team on my left, 3 more people on my team on my right, for a total of 8. And one of those people on those 8 had to be a silver on my left, and one of them had to be a silver on my right. And when that happened, I was a gold. I can earn up to 7,000 a week. And when I start making 7,000 a week, if I want to make more, I got to become an executive gold. How do you do that? You have 2 more people you add to the left, 2 more people you add to the right. You got to have a goal on your left team, a goal on your right team. So it's a total of 10 that you personally introduce. And so you got all the time in the world to do this, you know? Well, you know, we don't have a presidential goal in the company, so I'm not going to tell you about that one yet. You can learn. You can be the first presidential goal. But when you get to be a presidential goal, look, you can make 12,500 a week at this business. What I will tell you is this. I started with what is called a business family pack. I did not start with just one membership. Because, see, I can have a membership just like at Costco, and I can have a business membership just like at Costco, and a personal membership and a business membership. And so I sponsored in, and the first person I sponsored was my wife. Second person I sponsored and put on my right side was a company. Okay, so now we got one on my left, one on my right. I was already an associate before I talked to anybody. I put 2 people older than me, Woodrow Venable and George Donaldson, on my left side. And then I put 4 people who were retired, had to go back to work, and had no money. Every one of their excuses, well, I don't have any money to do this with you, Bob. I said, well, that's more the reason you need to do it with me. Let's get out your credit card, put you in, and let's earn it before your credit card bill comes out. And they did. And so what we did is we put 4 of them on this side, and then guess what? We started making that $1,000 check, and then my wife's company was right here. So we started working hers because we worked through our business. You'll learn this later. But I did want to introduce you to how I started. And then we put the first executive goal, let my wife sponsor him, Wayne Clark. He became the first executive goal in the company. And between Pamela and I, she's a goal, I'm a goal, and we average $10,000 a week. And you can too. We're only 4.5 years old. We're about to open in many Asian countries, people from Hawaii and the eastern coast of the United States. That's what I call, you know, the eastern coast of the United States is like Europe, and Hawaii is the gateway to the rest of the world. Okay. And so we're going to be opening in many countries. Here's all those membership benefits, just kind of, not all of them, just gives you a quick, we're talking about building a residual income for life. Now, you may not know how to do this, but we teach you. We're going to give you all the skills. We're going to teach you the skills, attitudes, and techniques it takes. And you need to get on an autosaver program. That keeps your engine running, keeps you active, keep you eligible to make a check. And, you know, learn how to use the Advantage Rewards program. Learn how to, you know, all about the limited and rare coins. You may not buy them in the beginning, but you wish you had them. And you're going to get to 1099 tax asked about that. If you're a W-2 employee and you're working for somebody else, then basically this is a lot of benefits for you. And the current tax laws will support you in starting your own business without your own funds. You can use tax money to do it. Learn how to do that. Go back to IRAs, 7K health program. We have a health care program. It's too expensive for most people. We have group benefits, and it covers pre-existing conditions, just like if you went to work for Exxon. Okay. Learn about that if you need that. A lot of people join 7K just to get the healthcare benefits. So once again, standard membership, $199, 50 point, premium membership, business membership, $499, 150 points, business family pack, $4.99 to $1.99's $900, and build yourself a $1.9 million residual income business. Whew, ask about that one. So ask yourself, how would it feel to know you had control over your financial future? You can if you join us in 7K, and we'll teach you how. How would your life be different if you had more time, more money to do what you love to do? You know, 7K has really brought that back into reality for us, because since I was 52, I lived without financial pressures. I woke up every morning, no financial stress. Everything we owned, we owned. We're debt free and everything. Went out, and since we came in 7K, I admit we went out and year before last, we bought a brand new Mercedes, paid $80,000 cash for it, but I got to write off $80,000 with of income, didn't pay any income taxes on it. That's a pretty neat deal, you know, because I'm in a home-based business and it qualified. And so you can do the same. Okay. So the question is, will you join us in our mission to change the world? Pick a membership package and get started today. Get back with the person who told you about this, who invited you here, and tell them that you're ready to get started. Show me how, what I need to do. Let me get started before somebody else get placed in a position that you would have been placed at, and those people would have been placed under you while you're looking and learning how. Yeah, that does happen all the time. Well, I'm going to present here at the closing the company's income disclosure statement, since I did talk about incomes and I shared some of my experiences and income, and you know, it may, you know, it could happen a lot faster for you. It could happen a lot slower for you. That's different for everyone. But the company did not have to produce an income disclosure statement like most direct selling company, but they were happy to, because of the average number of people making such a high check compared to the rest of the people in the direct selling industry. So thank you for your time and your attention. Get back with the person that invited you and let them know that you're ready to get started and you want to be a part of 7K. You want to make a difference in the world too.